Hey everybody, I'm Chef Tom with atbbq.com, and this is Grilled Steak and Veggie Bowl. Today I'll be cooking up a T-bone steak as well as a few different vegetables, and this is a really great weeknight dinner, something you can knock out pretty quick and easy. Now before we jump into the recipe, I just want to remind you guys, if you haven't yet, head over to atbbq.com. You know what? If you have yet, head over to atbbq.com. Check out our products. We're gonna feature some really great seasonings and a sauce in today's video. You can pick them up over there at atbbq.com and help support the show. All right, so we've got a nice big T-bone, plenty of meat for two people. We're gonna get this into a bag with our marinade. Now this is the Smoke on Wheels barbecue marinade, but it's really a very savory marinade. There's some fresh herbs in there, good lemon flavor, garlic, and olive oil. You don't need the whole bottle for this recipe, just enough to coat the steak. So we'll zip this up, and we're just gonna let this sit, for about 15-20 minutes while we prepare everything else. Now we have a yellow onion and a nice big portobello mushroom. These are gonna go on the grill, but first I'm just gonna slice this in half and get rid of the skin. And then the portobello is pretty much good to go. If you got some dirt spots, you'll wanna wipe those off. Even if you don't really see any dirt, go ahead and get a little water on your paper towel. Quite a bit of dirt will come off the surface. Now today we're cooking on the Napoleon Prestige P500. This is the RSIB, so it's got the side burner as well. And I'm just gonna throw our onion, our mushroom, right over direct heat. I really only need half of the grill for this, so I've only turned on half of the burners, but they're on high. We're looking to get char on the outside of our veggies. We don't necessarily need to cook the onions all the way through because we're gonna be using the side burner and a Dutch oven here in a little bit as well. In the meantime, I'm just gonna prep up the rest of the ingredients for our dish. So we've got some green onions here. We're gonna slice these up. We want about a half cup total. I've also got some fresh ginger here. Just want to scrape that skin off. You can do this with the back of a spoon, with your knife, whatever's convenient for you. And I'm going to use the box grater to break this down. Just kind of shred it up. You're looking for about a teaspoon of this. And that stuff is just instantly aromatic. It smells so good. Next, we're gonna mince up some garlic. Want about 1 tablespoon of garlic. All right, that looks good. All right, we're starting to get some good color on these. Just flip them over and get a little more color on the other side as well. All right, and the last thing we're gonna prep for the veggies is some zucchini. We're gonna use the spiralizer today to make some zucchini noodles. And I've got the larger of the noodle size going on today because we're gonna cook these a little bit in the Dutch oven. If I wanted to serve them raw, which I like to do with pasta sometimes with a warm sauce, I'll use the much smaller size. And those really long ones can be annoying if you get that in your bowl, so I'll usually just give this a couple of chops. All right, we're gonna remove this from the marinade now. It's a thin piece of meat, so it doesn't need to sit in there for a long time. Or I guess thin is relative. Single steak, 20 minutes is probably pretty good. Now I'm gonna leave some of that marinade on there. That's gonna act as our binder. And then we're gonna hit it with our steak seasoning. You guys know this is one of my favorites, the Cattleman's Grill California Tri-Tip. So great salt, pepper, garlic, onion, bell pepper, fantastic flavors on a steak. All right, we're back at the grill. We're gonna take our onions and mushroom off and get our steak on. Right there over direct heat. We'll let our mushroom and onion cool off just for a minute or two before slicing this up. You can dice it, you can slice it, do whatever's in your heart. And I'm going with a fairly thin slice. These are probably about halfway cooked, so they'll need a little more time in the Dutch oven. Now these will add a nice grilled flavor to our veggie bowls. Let's check this out. I'm getting some nice grill marks. I'll go a little bit longer though. When I'm cooking a steak, I want to make sure that I get a really nice char on the outside, and I need to do that before the internal temperature gets too high. So we're targeting about a 125 to 130 degree doneness range today, and I need to make sure we get good color on the outside before we go above that. So that's when you'll see me open up the door on a grill and make sure that we're not trapping too much heat around the steak. That way we can get all the color we need and cook it at our own pace, and we get to determine that. So this is coming up to temperature. We're getting pretty close. We're gonna get some carryover cooking. So I'm gonna pull this off now. So just cover that with foil. We'll let it rest while we finish off the veggies. Now, as soon as that steak comes off, you wanna make sure that you've got your Dutch oven hot on the side burner. You're gonna add just a little bit of oil. Then our onions and mushrooms. We're working over pretty high heat here, so you want to keep this stuff moving, make sure that you don't scorch anything. But as you can see, we're already getting close to a translucent color on our onions. So this will only take a few minutes. So now that those have softened up a bit, I'm going to add the ginger and the garlic. And we'll cook those down for just about a minute. Get some of that rawness out of there. Then we're gonna add our green onions and our zucchini. So this won't take long at all for that zucchini to just soften up a little bit. And I'm gonna add just a little bit more flavor to this by pouring in some of that marinade that we didn't use for the steak, but the same stuff. Just a tablespoon or so. A little extra lemon and garlic and fat. The garlic and the ginger smell amazing right now. Now that's about 2 minutes since we added the zucchini. We're gonna shut off the heat and pull the Dutch oven. So our steak's rested. Gonna get rid of this bone and slice this up to go into our bowls. Do some nice thin slices on these. Super juicy, nice and pink in the center. Pretty. Now I'm gonna finish our steak and veggie bowls 2 different ways because I know people have different palates and different tastes that they like. For me, I like something that's a little bit salty and a little bit spicy. But my wife at home, she wouldn't like the spicy. She would like something sweeter. So we're gonna finish with a Bourbon Aki Teriyaki type sweet glaze sauce. And we're also just gonna do one that's got some soy sauce and hot sauce. So for this one, we'll use the Kim's Bourbon Aki. It's like a sweet and salty glaze. And a little bit of bourbon flavor to it as well, which is really good. Slide some steak on top of there. Now for this other one, I'll just hit it with a little bit of soy sauce. And then I've got the Flay Volcano, that smoky red chili sauce, and it's got a good kick to it. Just a little green onion on top to finish that off. All right, let's dig in. That's got a nice little bit of heat to it. And the saltiness from that finish with the soy sauce. Ginger pops out at me for sure. A nice savory steak rub on the outside. The steak's cooked great. The veggies are cooked great. I like that the zucchini has a little bit of bite to it still. It's not completely softened up. Let's do one of the Bourbon Aki. I'm gonna get a hold of this Portobello here. Oh yeah. Look, I don't love the sweet sauces that much, and this isn't super sweet, so don't let me dissuade you from trying it out. But that Bourbon Aki is just killer. So there it is. It's a really fantastic recipe for any night of the week. It's got huge flavor. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to check out atbbq.com for all the products featured in today's video. And if you like that recipe, hit the subscribe button. If you have any questions or comments, or there's anything you'd like to see me cook, let me know in the comment section down below, and let's be good to one another. For more recipes, tips, and techniques, head over to atbbq.com/thesauce. All things barbecue, where barbecue legends are made.